And you've got to understand that I think foot porn is more important than both of you, okay? Also, I hit live before I said that.
Impeccable.
Welcome back to Dialtown Phone Dating Sim. We've got the Roger DLC to play today. I'm joined today by two unhinged and extremely tired co-conspirators.
Yeah.
Bree and Goggles. Say hi, Bree.
You know, it's been a while and I haven't really thought of a new quip for this.
And say hi, Goggles.
What's up, bozos?
Oh, I don't like this. This is meant to be the place where I'm safe and I can make them feel bad, not the other way around. Enter our name. We're going to need a name. What happened last run? Anyone remember?
We blew up a zoo.
We did.
Actually, no, we didn't blow up a zoo.
Starring Mark Wahlberg, we blew up a zoo.
Theodore Roosevelt, adventurer, blew up the zoo. We just encouraged him to.
Our hands are clean.
Are they?
Yeah, oh, totally.
Initially on that journey, we got locked in a cat carrier.
We did get locked in a cat carrier. We got something stapled to our backs.
We discovered that Randy was free of the stigmata of the Christ.
Yep.
We regrew a tail.
We did regrow our tail, yeah. We fell in love with a space cowboy, platonically.
Who then demanded we help with a political assassination the space cowboys are wont to do.
We were given a gun at one point.
And we didn't even kill anyone with a gun, honestly. Like, as things go, that's pretty good for us. I feel like that's our redemption arc.
Our children hatched.
Children hatched. Actual parents. That should be the name.
Actual parent. There it is. Actual parent. So let's typewriter. And now, of course, we're that new car smell.
Excellent. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
This is great because when I booted up to test if I could get into the Roger route, because there are some issues with Steam downloading the DLC, I actually went through the full sort of playthrough until I got to Roger, and the option for they them there was capitalist. So I was like, oh, I'm glad we skipped that one.
Is that when you're non-binary but you work for
Lockheed?
An arms yeah, Lockheed Martin.
Yes. One of the many trans and non-binary people working for Lockheed Martin. Now we've got to talk to a nearby passerby who will not be Roger, annoyingly. We're going to have to go through a conversation with a British person. I'm sorry, everyone. Content warning, British.
On this stream.
There he is.
Shall I do this one? As the most British person here.
Nightmare? Hope it doesn't mean that British dog man I'm always dreaming about. Oh, hello. Who's quack for sticking the pudding? Ah!
Yep, the allegations will stick.
Hello then. 20 minutes of British nonsense later. Nice meeting ya. Ta-ta. Well, let's talk to a different passerby. It's him!
Sorry, Roger. Love you to death, man. But you've got to work on those nerves. Surely saying hello just once would suffice, no?
I know, Peter. It's just the green one is looking right at us. I think they want something.
Well, turn around and ask the nice goblin what they want.
Right, yes, of course. Hey, nice to meet you, friend. The name's Roger.
Hey, Roger. How about you bring me to the funfair, eh?
Well, I could go for some cotton candy right about now.
Roger.
Right. Whoops, I forgot where I was again. Sorry about that.
It's okay, man. I forget where I am all the time.
See, it is a common problem.
Not for most humans, it isn't.
And what's that supposed to mean, huh? Huh?
I said what I said.
Sorry, but our lunch break just ended, so we got to get back to work.
Et tu, redhead?
First of all, my name's Peter. You know, like the Busted song.
That is of little consequence to me.
Yes. Secondly, and no offense, but I'm married.
But Peter, didn't you just tell me that Caroline wanted to...
Ixnay on the Edrum Bay, Roger.
Oh, right, sorry, I keep forgetting. Over here.
Who, me?
Don't tell anyone that Peter's wife is trying to spice things up in the bedroom. If you do, I could get into trouble.
Don't tell me what to do.
Ellipses nuts.
Don't ellipses me, bitch.
Anyway, we're happy to answer any questions, provided you ask them quick. Our lunch break will be over any minute now, and the moment it ends, we're officially back on the clock. Gotta get back to work, you know.
That's right. Work is where the work happens. That's all what I always say.
He really does say that. He says it a lot.
Who are you two, anyway? What do you contribute to the world?
That sure is a deep question. What is a man's worth? His merits, his morals, his...
I think they want us to tell them about the daily grind, Roger. Not the one in the bedroom.
Perhaps.
I don't know. This all sounds very intriguing. Please, Roger, continue.
You see, I think the world is kind of like an egg, and earthquakes are just a sign that it's almost ready to hatch.
Terrifying.
Superb.
I have no clue if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet.
Eggs? Oh, I lay those.
Stop with the egg talk. We have to get back to work.
The life of someone too busy to discuss eggs is no life worth living.
I have bills to pay, so I work every day.
Wow, I hate your life more than mine. Kudos.
Ellipses nuts. Roger, just tell them what we do.
Oh, we work over at the Dialtown mechanics plant over in the town's industrial zone.
The one that used to be Crown Mechanics, of course, over 50 years ago before the rebranding.
Anyway, me and Peter work there together. He's the assistant manager, and I'm the manager.
Wait, you're his manager?
Yeah, luckily.
Luckily, yeah.
How'd Roger end up being your boss?
You see, one afternoon, our old manager ran onto the assembly floor, papers shuffling frantically in hand. He said our plant was going to go through some new changes, and one of us was going to be promoted to his old position.
Was he promoted?
To a corpse, yeah.
It happens.
Sure happened to him, all right. Turns out the guy had ties to the Dialtown mob and owed them a lot of money. And sure enough, the cops had finally caught up with him. Ended up jumping out of a 4-story window onto one of the trampolines we just manufactured. What a lousy way to learn that the trampoline machine wasn't churning out any of the actual trampoline parts, bar the frame and springs.
I was so worried that once he died, the cops would just start shooting at me.
You're not a dog, Roger. You're okay.
I'm sorry, my brain just broke on reading this sentence. I figured, Phone Lord, if he can pass his old job on to me, maybe he could pass his crime on to me, you know? Regardless, I persisted and made it through with a brave face.
He hadn't cried under the desk of the whole ordeal, actually. Ridiculous. You can't inherit debts, you know.
Yeah, but they didn't need to know that.
Say, why'd he pick you to be the manager and not your friend? Your friend seems far less incompetent at being a person.
Oh, the old manager said it was for all of my great new product ideas for the factory.
Roger's assembly line was closest to the door, and thus the closest to our boss as he entered.
Okay, this is all making a lot of sense.
As I said, though, we have to get back to the plans. ASAP. Get back to the plans.
Wait, I thought you said Roger was the manager. Who's powerful enough to reprimand Roger for being late?
Nobody. I just have to get back to make sure nobody else is running late, and the building only has the exact right amount of fire in it.
That's the funny thing about fire. If you have too much or too little of it, you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, that's really true. Wow, you are so wise.
Yes, I am. I keep thinking I should write a book. Just got to learn how to read first. Oh, and remember not to drink the ink.
Okay.
How's about we wrap this up, eh?
Hey, nice hat.
Hey, thanks.
Here's a nice hat.
I find it makes my head complete.
Why doesn't your friend have a hat?
I don't do hats, I'm afraid.
I can see this divide between you. This festering gap growing in your friendship. This difference of ideologies. This will lead only to war.
Hey, I'm cool with the fact he doesn't have a...
Shh, sweet summer child, be silent. Only darkness now.
Peter, are we in danger?
When are we not under the thumb of some kind of existential terror?
Yeah, that's a good point.
To be clear, I am a threat to you.
I need to say that more often. So what? You're threatening us now?
No, I am the threat.
I don't really like the sound of that.
I don't either, to be frank. Maybe we should wrap this conversation up. No, before things escalate any further. My neighbors can probably hear me shouting like this.
Oh,
that'll be fine.
Oh, like one of those stairs in malls with steps that move up on their own?
I no longer believe you're a genuine threat to anyone.
I bite.
Little Billy behavior.
So do chinchouas.
My point exactly.
All right. It seems we've been bested by this creature's logic. Peter, give them your shirt.
Stop encouraging them, Roger.
Do it, Peter. Give me your shirt.
Stop stripping random men on the street.
No.
It's not really stripping a random man because he's just ordering his subordinates hand over a shirt.
Yeah.
Stop stripping random men by proxy.
It's not a random man. I know, Peter. Give me your shirt, Peter. Give me your shirt, Peter.
Yeah.
Stop stripping this man by proxy.
Give me your shirt, Peter.
Okay.
Peter, you couldn't possibly be cool being Roger's lackey.
I'm Roger's employee, not his lackey. Besides, it's not even that. I actually take a lot of pride in my work and do my best to keep the factory running as best I can, which has its own pressures, of course. A lot of jobs get scattered to the winds if the place goes under, you know. I'm honestly just grateful I managed to land a job here in Dialtown and don't ever have to end up working at that pizza joint in Colorado again. Is that a reference to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise?
Yep. Day Shift at Freddy's, the fan games.
Oh yeah, which this is a spin-off of.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather oversee the assembly of nuts and bolts than pizzas, thank you very much. Plus, there's worse manager out there than Roger, believe it or not.
Aw, thanks, man.
Rotary Christ, you should meet my brother.
Did I?
Oh, Phone Lord, no. He'd be a terrible influence on you. You also definitely don't want to catch, well, whatever the hell he has that makes his skin look like it does.
What's up with his skin?
You think having green skin is freaky? Try Clementine Orange.
I'm standing right here, you know.
Oh.
Sure hope his brother's not been elected president of the United States.
Oh boy.
Christ.
Really? Well, how many nipples does he have? More than normal?
Okay, I stand corrected. Maybe he's not all that.
Stop talking about my nipples.
Oh, right. Forgot I'm not meant to bring up nipples when I'm out in public. My bad.
Just go. I've got errands to run anyway. Eggs to lay, you know.
And hey, if you ever need a job.
I will never work, never toil, never slave away for mine daily bread. I will die as I live, unemployed and wearing stolen bowling shoes. Goodbye one and all, Roger and Peter.
See you on the flip side.
Nice meeting you, I guess.
Right, let us venture to the Dialtown industrial sector, wherein the DLC will commence.
Yes. Hopefully I didn't burn my voice out.
It'd be a real shame if Peter was like one of the main characters, huh?
Yeah, sure it would be.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Sorry, I'm afraid that you actually don't. Better luck next time.
Oh, shit. I thought I had something there for a second. Oh, well. Wait a minute. No, I do have an idea. Hey, you just tried to trick me.
Listen, actual parent, I'm not trying to actively deceive you. I'm just trying to protect you from yourself until we reach a point where your schemes end up entirely bereft of kerosene, petty crime, or trying to devour live animals. I'm going to have to insist on auto-rejecting any ideas that you come up with. You know, before you do that thing where you get overly attached to the idea and it can't get out of your head, no matter how many reasons not to go through with the thing that I list off.
When have I ever done that?
Well, right now you're on a quest to scam someone into taking you to a horrible, decrepit funfair so you can lay eggs in a dark, moist crevice somewhere. Something you've relentlessly pursued all afternoon.
It's a solid plan, damn it.
First of all, no, it isn't. It's the kind of plan that a lobster might formulate if it was in your position.
Lobsters have essentially not evolved in millions of years. I trust their wisdom over yours.
Oh, please. When has a lobster ever stopped you from wandering into oncoming traffic? 0 times. 0.
Maybe lobsters know something about traffic that we don't. Have you ever considered that? Huh? I doubt lobsters would have survived on Earth for as long as they have if they didn't know how traffic works. I mean, they're not dogs. Give them some credit.
0 times. 0. Ah, the hell with it. Just tell me what your idea was so we can move on from the topic of lobsters.
So, you know the way nobody wants to give me money because then they'd have less money?
Wow, that's actually a critical piece of insight. Kudos for getting that without me having to explain it to you.
Thanks, I'm really trying my best today.
Okay, so what's your solution to people not wanting to give you their hard-earned cash?
What if I just ask them to make me 2 photocopies of a $1 bill? I take the copies, and they keep their money. Everyone wins. And best of all, I wouldn't even have to commit a crime to get the money.
Actual parent, printing fake money is a crime. It's called counterfeiting, and it's a very serious crime. The kind that the federal government will respond to by sending their boys with riot gear and those big mallets to your tent.
They didn't send those guys to my tent that time I was arrested for breaking child labor laws.
Actual parent, this isn't a petty crime like jaywalking or manslaughter. This crime affects the value of the US dollar. The government will straight up turn you into dog food if you start screwing with the economy. They use the US economy every day, so if you break it, expect to wind up sealed within a tin can very soon. Or at the very least, sealed within the confines of a cat carrier where you can do no more harm to the economy.
Inserted foreshadowing.
The government prints money every day and none of those crooks ever get arrested for it.
That's different and you know it.
How is it different?
Because it's their job to print the money. If you break into a house at night and just start aimlessly plunging someone's toilet without permission, you are going to be owned by a homeowner packing a 38 subnose. Remember? We discussed this last week, when you had that really bad idea to make money.
Oh, right. That rings a bell, all right.
Listen, the federal government would be the least of your worries if a bunch of new counterfeit dollar bills were to turn up around town. The mayor likes to keep Dialtown's money supply under her strict control by periodically printing out and distributing fake dollar bills with her face on them, which Dialtownies call meow meow bugs. That and burning piles of cash when inflation gets too high. She would absolutely notice a bunch of fake money with the texture of printed paper floating around town, and while she traced it back to you, she'd remove each of the stitches from your head one by one.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Look, how about I print $2 first, and then we see if that works? And only if it works the first time, then I can print lots more money and ruin my life forever.
No.
Where to print?
Well, there's the printer at the library. Wait, why am I helping you?
No can do. That machine's a dead end. I tried to use that machine to print my found dog flyers last month, and it's coin operated.
That was for the best anyway, as that wasn't a dog you found. It was a small, fattened bear that just wandered out of the woods looking for food.
If it wasn't a dog, then why was it so friendly? Why did it let me pet it on the belly, huh?
Because you kept periodically finding it meat that you found in the dumpster behind Burger Hobble. It mauled you and trashed your tent as soon as you ran out of meat to feed it.
Ungrateful mutt.
I hate to admit this, but I rooted for the bear the whole time it was mauling you. Your fate was entirely deserved, and you were warned well before it befell you.
You could have helped, damn it.
Putting aside the fact I'm stuck inside your head, what would you have learnt if I had? I mean, granted, you still didn't learn anything from the whole ordeal, but I wouldn't have deprived you of the opportunity.
I could try the mayor's office. Do you think she'd let me use her printer?
I think she'd kill you if you asked to print counterfeit money using her printer.
What if I said I was printing something else?
Yeah? Like what?
A found dog poster.
She's going to ask what the dog looks like, and if you describe that bear from before, she will kill you on the spot. More specifically, she'll break your fingers with wire cutters and then throw you into the baboon pen at the zoo, and this time, you won't be able to make it out of the enclosure alive.
That's less than ideal. All right. Maybe the key is not to ask and instead just find somewhere that's really busy. You know, where they won't notice me using it. Say, what's the busiest place in town?
Oh, that'd have to be the industrial zone. There's nothing but factories and smog on that side in town.
Busy people, loud machines, beloved smog. It's perfect. I could slip right in, print off some money, and no one would ever know.
You're infinitely more likely to be impaled by a forklift or fall to your death from some scaffolding than you are to make your fortune. But hey, what do I know, right?
Yeah, what do you know? Off I go.
I like one was go to the industrial zone, but with a song in your heart.
Yeah.